Hey, Fuzzy here. Recently I picked up a CD from a Scandinavian band, then I took another one and stayed in these areas for a longer. If you want to see what jumped into my CD player, please have a look. I would like to add that in the background you can hear the Danish heavy metal band Evil and their sensational, phenomenal 1984 EP Evil's Message. I will start with Danish Maltese Falcon and their debut and only album Metal Rush from 1984. We have a young Hal Patino here before joining the King Diamond band. We have heavy metal here, which for unknown reason magazine Kerrang derided as one of the worst metal albums ever made. Here I have the first official CD release, limited to 2000 copies, digitally remastered on a golden disc in digipack, made in 2009 by Metal Mind Productions. Next one, Memento Mori, Swedish heavy metal band with Rhymes of Lunacy. Debut originally released in 1993 by Metal Black Mark Productions. Heavy doom, power metal, Mike Wett on guitar, Snowy Show on drums, and most of all Messiah Marcolin on vocals. Right after the left Candlemas we have a cover of Michael Schenker group called Lost Horizons. Quite a successful album, Memento Mori. Sweden again, very technical album, Abstract Algebra, power metal, firmly embedded in the doom convention with his debut and the only album simply entitled Abstract Algebra. Here we have Mike Wedd again, Leif Edling from Candlemas on bass, Simon Johansson on guitar, now in Wolf, 1995 Mega Rock Records release. It's nice to come back to this album after years. Abstract Algebra. Next one, Swedish band again. This time the third album of the progressive heavy power metal band Tad Morose, entitled Amended Rhyme. Andreas Mott on guitar, Denin Wolf and Urban Breed on vocals. Today in Sirius Black, 1997 Black Mark Production release. Nice album from Tad Morose. And now Danish band Iron Fire with an album called Blade of Triumph. This is the fourth album of this heavy metal band. Tad plays very melodiously with the wonderful vocals of Martin Steen. Album from 2007, released by Napalm Records. I have here an edition made in Mexico by Scarecrow Records. Iron Fire. And Swedish band again, heavy metal band In Solitude, their 2008 album, an amazing, wonderful debut, a very atmospheric, album, great compositions, my full recommendation for those who haven't heard yet, originally released by Pure Steel Records in Solitude. Next, the delightful debut album of Enforcer from Sweden, entitled Into the Night. 35 minutes of delicious speed metal ride, the original 2008 US edition of Heavy Artillery. Next, the debut album of another heavy metal band from Sweden, Portrait. The album was simply titled Portrait. Heavily inspired by King Diamond's achievements, 2008. Album released by King Iron Codex Records. I've got here American edition by Holocaust Records. This time, for a change, the latest so far album, Chained to Hell by Norwegian black and thrash metalheads from Death Hammer. A great album. Who likes such a convention, be sure to reach for this album, this band. 2008 album released by Hell's Headbangers. Death Hammer. And for a balance, very melodic power metal from Finland, Kotipelto. This is the debut album of the singer known from the great Stratovarius, entitled Waiting for the Dawn. Very nice music. I've got here the European pressing in a digibook released in 2002 by Century Media. Timo Kotipelto, Waiting for the Dawn. And now the 2019 album Iron Wheel of Power by Finnish black thrash metal band Urn, and excellent album. It was high in my top ranking for 2019. The Season of Mist Underground Activists release in Digipack. I have a booklet signed for me by Accelerator guitarist Aki Järvinen. Urn. Next one. We are still in 2019. The phenomenal album When a Shadow is Forced into the Light by the Finnish band playing a very moody and atmospheric doom death metal, Swallow the Sun. This album was also very high on my top for 2019. This is the band's 7th album. I definitely recommend it. I have a digipack released by Century Media, Swallow the Sun. And another, again, Denmark, Serpent Saints and their debut EP Leather Lucifer. Phenomenal heavy speed metal. It's a pity that only 5 tracks. 2007 released by Stormspell Records from USA. Unfortunately, they didn't do anything great later, which a pity. Serpent Saints, Leather Lucifer. And finally, Steel Wings' excellent debut album entitled Lord of the Wasteland, no longer existing Swedish heavy metal band. Here I have a CD from 2010, issued in a cardboard slipcase by Noise Art Records. Fantastic, phenomenal debut album from Steel Wing. So much for me today. Feel free to write in the comments what you think about these albums. I invite you. Stay healthy. See you. Cheers.